Hey guys, if you like this content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps to grow the channel. We're getting close to 1,000. Welcome back. Eternal Dragon here with a brand new build, Blade Wing. Now this is a solid fire-based build. We went as far as we could using the fire element, and we've come up with something that's actually a lot of fun to use. So on top of it being a fire-based build, we're also going to be making use of a bunch of the newly buffed weapons and a bunch of blue items that haven't really been in use yet. So check this out. Starting off, we have a Primordial ×3 Sword Explosion. This thing is our boss killer, our major damage. You can just pretty much wipe out anything in the game with this thing. Use it in sticky mode. Most of the time, you can get some decent damage out of it in regular impact mode as well. And the same can be said for the Hawkins Wrath. But between both of them, you really want to be using the sticky mode most times. Now we've got this one enchanted with after skill ends 35% area damage. That does a crazy amount of extra damage for our formula, mixing in the extra area damage there with everything else. So this is just a fantastic enchantment if you haven't tried this one out, especially with stickies. Down to the Hawkins Wrath, the reason for the build. This one's for my good friend Hawking Around. We are using this gun to great effect. We have on Spellcast, increase fire damage by 30% for 5 seconds. Now that is also really going to boost this spell down here. Your Glittering Twin Spectral Talons, which are even more hawks that you can throw. So with these two combined, you can just fill an area with hawks. It's absolutely fantastic for mobbing, and wrecks bosses pretty decently too, although you're going to want to switch over to this for some of the tougher bosses just to get that fast DPS. These two weapons, one of these, I just found this in the machine. I thought this was crazy good time, so I put it on the build. And this is just for your pinpoint shots, for anything that you need to do like long range real quick across the map, or if you're doing any of the raid boss puzzles, that kind of stuff. Anytime you just need to like do a quick shot, this is what you're looking towards. Over here we have a Twin Soul of the Assassin. We have it Echo and Amped, so you can swing at the bosses, amp your next few shots. It does apply to the stickies as well. And then on top we also have the Echo, so that when you do go up to an enemy and hit it to get that amp, you're also applying an Echo so that you do 10% of all the damage that you've dealt over the last 10 seconds as a huge hit. I've seen that hit up to 900,000 damage with that swing. Really nothing to be too upset about, you know? Now moving on down to the rest of the build, we have 2 Wyvern's Rings that I've managed to get. One from a quest reward, one from the machine. And you see we've got expanded spell radius and expanded spell crit chance. I mean, ideally you would want as much spell crit chance as you want just to get huge hits out of these Spectral Talons. But with the rings that we've got here and the increased fire damage, 20% on both, you're looking at quite a lot of damage boost right here. Cursed Wit. And of course we have a couple other shields on the build that you can use just for fun. Cursed Wit is of course the best for bossing. But if you want to have fun when you're mobbing, you can be using the Afterburner. You can use this Body Rune. It's absolutely fantastic as well. It gives a bonus to fire damage. We have Ancient Deities on the build. Just a bunch of really fun things to try out. But for bossing, we're definitely going to be using the Cursed Wit. Get your shield broken, and look at that enchant. When your health is full, gain 25% gun damage and 25% critical hit damage. That's a fantastic enchant for this build, folks. You will have that triggered quite a lot of the time. In our amulet slot, we have Vorkanar's Cog of Heroism, and man, I got a great one when I did this this quest. Check this out: fire damage, Clawbringer, all damage dealt. And on Ground Slam, you've got that homing fireball as well. Even more fun fire things for you to do. And of course, we have this Glittering Twin Spectral Talons on Spellcast. Increase your elemental damage by 20% for 5 seconds. So that's our gear. As you can see, very fire-based, but quite a lot of fun. You'll get a ton of damage out of this. Moving over to skills, for our main skill, we're just going with Cleansing Flames. It's pretty fun. It's a fire-based smack with your hammer. It triggers some of our abilities on the enchants. Like over here on the Sword Explosion, you'll see you can trigger that enchant by using the hammer. And then we've gone as far in fire as we can go. Oath of Fire, Elemental Boost with the Dragon Aura, Blast Homit's Favor for those Remnant Orbs, and then Firebolt for extra fire damage on your gun as well. And then over here you see the armor that we've used. Calamity. Stacking fire damage for each unique enemy you hit, you will actually get an insane amount of damage out of this. I'm using a Spell Shot Spore Warden one so that we can get that high thread count. I found this actually works a little bit better than any of the Claw Spell ones that I was able to find. Also with the spell damage, area damage, and gun critical hit chance, this is just a fantastic, fantastic armor. You could possibly get a better one. I was not able to find one that worked better. So we looked at the Clawbringer side here. Over the Spell Shot, you know, we have our points here in Magic Bullets, super fast reload here, and we have a much faster fire rate here than you would standardly have, and that's just to speed up your attacks with the stickies and then move into the reload animation much more quickly than you would normally do. Spell critical hit chance here, and Font of Mana for our spell cooldown and action skill cooldown rate. We don't really need it too much because we are using Sever the Thread. Now, it is a bit harder to hit the crits with Sever the Thread, that's why we have a few points here. Glass Cannon, spell damage 30%, that's for your Spectral Talons and to feed into Magic Bullets. And everything else is going to be pumping up your gun damage, really. You know, we've got high thread count, that's going to feed, of course, into your spells and your gun damage. Imbued Weapon, Double Knot, 3 points there. Everybody knows Double Knot right now, an absolutely fantastic skill that's just way overpowered. 1 slot, 1 kill here for extra gun damage with your spell weaving stacks, and then Sever the Thread to give yourself all those extra critical hits that can give your action skill and spells back. Moving over into our hero points, we have maxed out strength for extra critical hit damage. 20% critical hit chance there just for the bonus so we can actually get it more often. We've got the 25% spell cooldown here. Extra status damage. We're not going for crazy status damage bonuses here, but you will notice that you can get a 10 to 15k DOT when you are using... Yes, 10 to 15k DOT while you are using the Sword Explosion. Absolutely fantastic there. And then we have 20 out of 40 here and 35 out of 40 here just for the extra skill cooldown. I don't really think I put many points here. Maybe if I did, just to level out the number, because I like to do that kind of thing. So that's it, folks. This is Bladewing, a build focusing on fire damage, the Hawkins Wrath, and made for my buddy hawking around. So I hope you have a lot of fun with this. The save will, of course, be on the Discord as always. And if I don't see you over on Twitch, where we'll be hanging out tomorrow night, until next time, happy gaming!